Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another Screencasts Online weekly tip video. So I was sitting in Vienna airport just before Christmas when I discovered that one of my favourite YouTube shows had just released a new episode. I desperately wanted to see it, but I didn't really have enough time before the plane left to watch it online, and unless you're a YouTube Red subscriber, there's no easy way to download YouTube videos for offline viewing on the iPad. A quick question on Twitter, and within 10 minutes I was downloading the video direct to my iPad. So here's how I did it. I will show you two different ways to do it, but the first way was from Matt Wade, and Matt suggested that I use the Documents application. Now, Documents is an application by Readle. We've covered this before in episodes 162 and 163. Just search for Readle on the Screencasts Online website. So basically download and install Documents. Then go across to YouTube to copy the link of the show you want to download. So over on YouTube, this was the show that I actually wanted to download. This is Fully Charged by Robert Llewellyn. It's a great show all about electric vehicles and EV technology in general. And this particular show was about the Nissan Leaf that I wanted to check out. So if I just tap in the URL bar and then copy this link, and once that link is copied, if I go across to Documents, now within Documents, Documents has a browser built in. So if I tap on the browser link, and there is a service which I've already got set up in a tab here called en.savefrom.net. And as you can see down at the bottom, it supports a multitude of different services for video downloads. So YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, SoundCloud, all sorts of different services. Just be aware of any licensing or copyright issues before downloading any content. But if you do need to download the content, all you need to do is tap inside the URL box. We'll tap again and paste. There is my YouTube link. It goes away, finds that particular video. And then if I tap on this little drop down here, I can save it in MP4 720 resolution, MP4 360. I can also use some different resolutions here as well. But the one I'm going to go with is the MP4 720. Okay, so now it's come up with this prompt to save file. It's going to save an MP4 file. I can save it in my Documents Downloads folder, or if I wanted to, I could save it to my iCloud account as well, so it would be synchronized across all my devices. I'm just going to leave it in the Downloads folder, so we'll hit back, and then I'll tap Save. And a few seconds later, depends how fast your connection is, how big the file is, but we should see a message to show that that video has downloaded. You can check in the download queue as well. So there we go. It's halfway through. It's quite a big file, 239 megabytes, because I went for the high resolution version. But we'll let that download. If you want to keep this in your bookmarks, by the way, if you tap on the bookmarks icon and then say add to bookmarks and done. Right, that's now available to you in your browser bookmarks within the Documents app. I can see in my download queue, I've got one new file. I can watch it from here. So if I tap on here, and we'll just pause that and I'll say done. I can also get to it directly from the Documents Downloads folder. So if I go to Documents, that is my Downloads folder, tap on there, and there's the show ready for me to watch offline. And as I say, this was a lifesaver. Just before I boarded the plane to fly back home, I was able to watch this on the plane. Now there is another option as well. The second technique to download from YouTube was given to me by Cy Doveton, and this is limited to just YouTube, whereas the other service is multiple different video services. And Cy had found a workflow that allowed you to download from YouTube, and he's updated it, and he gave me access to the updated version, and I'll post a link on the show notes. But to get to it, if we go back to Safari, and then let me just stop this video from auto-playing, go to the link I'll post in the show notes. Now, of course, you do need the workflow application, but I've got workflow installed. We'll say get workflow. We'll say open in workflow. And there it is. So let me just go back across to Safari. Just make sure I've still got the URL in my buffer. Tap here. Tap it again. We'll say copy. Put that down. Let me stop this video playing again. Now go across to workflow. And we'll tap run. We're going to run this for the first time, so we'll say run workflow. So it grabs the URL from the clipboard, it downloads the contents of the URL. So again, this has to be from YouTube. Now once it's downloaded, it prompts us to have a look at the different services. Now I have to say, normally, I don't know why this isn't working now, but normally your files application will appear in here. But let me just go ahead and copy it to documents because that's where I can put it. So right, let's going to copy it to the documents folder within documents. We'll leave that for a few seconds. You can see the action running down here in the bottom. Right, so it's now opened documents and it's opened the video. So we'll just pause that. We'll say done. So there is the original file in my documents folder. I could, if I wanted to, just drag and drop this to another folder if necessary. If you want to learn more about using your Apple devices, there are over 700 full video tutorials available to Screencast Online members, covering all aspects of the Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and even the Apple TV. Now, all full members receive a new Apple-related video tutorial each and every week, as well as a free subscription to the Screencast Online monthly magazine, packed with videos and articles on getting the most out of your Apple devices. Now, you can get your free 14-day trial membership over at ScreenCastsOnline.com, or check out some of the free content over on the SCO Showcase app on the iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another tip, so I'll speak to you then.